Specifically about George Floyd and everything that's going on in the world right now, Build has helped like tremendously with giving us like spaces to talk about our feelings and say how we feel about what's going on without like being like necessarily having to like be a part of a movement or anything like that, just to like hear us out so we have somewhere to go and talk to and express ourselves. So
This whole situation has been very upsetting. Like the whole thing, when I saw it at first, I saw it all on social media. So I've seen it go viral all over the place, and the video was constantly shown nonstop. And so, just seeing that made me feel very upset about it. When the protests started happening, I was like, oh my god, like this is crazy. Like, but at the same time, I think it's a very good thing to protest because it's been going on for very long, and I think it's time that their voices get heard and have this law change, and have everybody be treated equally as a human being, like no matter the color of their skin. I think everyone is literally equal, like everybody's a human being.
To share like my personal experience with like systemic racism, I grew up in the hood. I grew up in the Bronx, and it's just like I feel like I never really knew like the outside world. Growing up in the Bronx, there's not many white people or wealthy people or anything like that. You go to high school with kids that look like you, so you don't really spend that much time thinking about, oh, this is so unfair, these white people live so much better than me, because you don't see it. Like all you see is people like you, everybody lives in the same apartments and stuff like that. So it was as I got older and started like realizing, man, why can't I do this? Why doesn't my school teach me this and stuff like that? You start like realizing these little things, and that's what starts making you think like, oh wow. And being in the Build like also like opened my eyes to all the things like, wow, I have to work 10 times as hard to just get at the starting line. I wouldn't necessarily say like they're disadvantages, because you could always flip anything. Like these are the things that make me who I am. Like my personal experiences, what I had to go through growing up is harder than other people maybe, but like that's what makes me who I am. I actually think that I'm the perfect combination of humble and hungry.
Entrepreneurship is important all the time, but again, as you mentioned, in this time, because we're living in uncertain times and the unemployment rate is at an all-time high, particularly for Black and Brown people. So for Build to be teaching entrepreneurial skills for underserved communities is definitely a blessing to those communities. But it teaches those children, one, how to be resourceful, how to think creatively, and also leadership skills.